How's it going, everybody? This is the Erroneous One here with a new Kingdom Hearts Unchained Key High Score Challenge video. So, as I mentioned before, a few years ago, I'm gonna try and also be releasing more free-to-play and casual-to-play setups along with my main setups that I pay for, essentially. 'Cause I think that it's going to help out more players. And the last one was received pretty well when I ran the free-to-play, free-to-play setup for the Zaldin B event, specifically for the Zaldin B, the final quest, Quest 13. It was received fairly well. It's going to help out a few people, so I'm going to try and going through this one again as well, too, and see how this one goes out. And I hope it's able to help some people going through it. So we'll see how this pans out. So the first step we're going to do right now is we're going to do the free-to-play setup. And this is the free-to-play setup that I have put together primarily. So I'm going to go in there with my Sebastian. My Sebastian is guilted, but again, the guilting on the Sebastian will not impact the score, well, a little bit, but it won't really impact the overall nature of the setup. You can run in there with a single Sebastian that you guys are hopefully able to get from a few high score challenges ago. If you guys ranked high enough in that one, you guys can easily get a hold of, hopefully we're able to get a hold of at least one Sebastian, and that should be enough. So the main goal on him is just going to be the buffer. He's just going to buff. I do have SP attack gauge 1 on my Sebastian. You do fine if you have SP attack gauge 2 if you need to. If you don't have an SP attack gauge 1 or 2, then you're going to need to have some form of attack price plus on him, just to help alleviate that 6 gauge cost. So, you know, hopefully you guys had like an attack boost 2 plus APP, or just even a regular APP, something like that to put on him if you're if you don't have it, find yourself having any of the SP attack gauges. Oops, oh, that's why. There we go. Sorry about that. Okay, so there's that setup. I'm going to go in there with my Alice, and again, my Alice is guilted, but you don't need to have her guilted. Again, you just need to have one of her. Just one, doesn't matter. I did at this now put a fresh defense boost 2 on her. She's had it for a little while. I just never actually bothered to level it up, because honestly I forgot about it, unfortunately. So we'll see how that pans out. I think the skill on her will be okay for my setups if I want to use her in the future, having a defense boost on her. But we'll find out in the future. Like I said, it was one I put on there a while ago. It's still fresh. And we'll see how that pans out. But I don't really plan on needing the defense boost 2 in this regard. I'm pretty sure my Zigbar B at the end there will be able to take care of pretty much everything. But on the off chance it can't, this is what I'll be rolling in there with to help me out with that one. And this is just to get rid of the attribute buffs on the helicopter fleets. Because yikes. Those buffs. I'm going to walk in there again with my young Kyrie. Honestly, I'm not too sure if... She's interchangeable right now. I don't think I'm going to need her. She does raise the strength and defense of all attributes by 1 tier for 1 turn for yourself, so she's a pretty good medal for that regard. Mainly just upping that attribute buff for you to help out a bit more. Oops. That's right, guys. But she's interchangeable. So, again, this is a free-to-play setup. I'm not running any medals in here that you had to buy with jewels or anything, or from the new medal pack. You didn't spend anything on this current banner, so you don't have any, like, the 10% boosters. You didn't buy the VIP, so you didn't have any of the illustrated Bell and Beast medals. Totally free-to-play. However, if you did do that, if you did pull one time from, like, the current banner, you're guaranteed one of the percent booster medals. You can put that here in the slot for young Kyrie and change her out with that one to give yourself a bit more boost. That's more than fine, more than adequate. Same thing as well, too. If you guys bought the VIP, for instance, you guys can put the VIP illustrated Bell and Beast there in replace of Sebastian with the same idea. SP attack 1, SP attack 2, you know, something along those lines. You guys can utilize and it'll be just fine. So those two are interchangeable if you guys chose to buy the VIP, or if you guys pulled at least maybe once or so. You guys can change out young Kyrie or Sebastian. I'm running in there with my Jack and Sally again. It is not guilted. Just for the PSM buff and debuff. Again, if you guys were not able to get Jack and Sally from however many high score challenges ago it was, you guys can change this one out with young Kyrie if needed to, or have 2 young Kyries in the setup. good to go. Again, for that one too, though, one of those young Kyries is probably going to have some form of attack boost or attack price plus on it. APP will be a big thing in this one, just because of how much Zigbar B costs. I do have a Zigbar B here. He does have attack boost 3 max on him, so he will be doing the maximum damage he can in terms of that. He's only gilded to 80%. I'm going to work on him to get him a little to get him maxed out to 100, because I will be using him in quite a few of my free-to-play setups. For the most part, Zigbar B, as far as I've seen, is the free-to-play king, which makes Divine Rose the free-to-play, once again, the free-to-play main blade. Divine Rose seems to be the best blade that's set up for a bunch of the free event medals and such that were released, that you didn't pay for anything. Divine Rose seems to have the slots that fill out those those medals best, so it seems to be the most commonly used blade for free-to-play players. So that's why I'm running this one right here. And again, I'll get him up to par to 100%. It's good. Number one, he is a very good medal, and number two, this medal, most players should have been able to get this medal going through. His event wasn't overly womanly difficult for the most part, so a lot of players should have him guilted. At least that's my hope in regards to that one. If you don't have attack boost 3 max, an AB2 max, AB2, AB3, any one of those would be a good option for him to utilize just to deal that damage out there. I just put an AB3 max on him because I had a spare one to utilize, and it's going to fit really well on him, and he deserves the AB3 max. He is that good of a medal. So this will be going through. We're using him primarily as our main damage dealer. He's going to be our MVP for this free-to-play setup because he ignores attributes. So just like the Waffle medals, the World of Final Fantasy medals, he ignores attributes, and so we'll be running with him in there. We're going to go in there with this right now. The only medal we're going to have in there as our helper is going to be the Zell's Gilded Illustrated Leon. Hopefully you guys have some form of medal in there to utilize too, to boost up your cells if you need it. Like I said, I could borrow Ascarian's Key Art 4 there with a defense boost on it. If I needed to, that's not gilded. Anything in there you should utilize, go for it. Utilize it. That's probably going to be your best bet. Because this one, 8 hits, raises strength of all attributes by 1 tier for 2 turns. If that's more damage, more HP you have. Yeah, so that's not a bad medal to have. I love the ARG on this one. I really wish I was able to pull one of these guys, but the luck was not with me in that regard for the pull, so oh well. The main thing of this one is nothing should really survive past Zigbar B. Zigbar B should annihilate everything in there. At least I still hope. Because I don't have any form of attack price plus on my setup here, unfortunately. I wish I did. I don't. So SP gauge management is very, very important. So this is a totally, as far as I can get, free-to-play setup that'll actually function. Do I still have my volume on there? I do. Oops. Sorry about that, guys. Hopefully it's a function as best I can for a free-to-play setup. And you guys can, in the comments down below, give me any ideas you guys would have to change things out to make it more free-to-play friendly or more free-to-play effective. Because, I mean, for what I have, this is the best I had to stand a chance at running the high score challenge for everyone. That hopefully everybody has at least, some of these medals. At least that's my hope, Alright, so, we will have the crab go off. And we will tap, and tap. Oops, did not mean to do that. Oh well. Doesn't matter now. I was hoping to have Illustrated Leon go off. Alright, again, apologies for that one, guys. Again, for my setup right here, my phone's processor isn't powerful enough for all the Gummicopter fleet animations and everything. So it does slow it down, unfortunately. Hopefully it's not too bad when I'm running around from fleet to fleet. And it'll get better as we go on. So we're here now, though, so let's see what we can do. So we are going to activate Sebastian. And I am going to activate Belle to get rid of the buff. So 6, okay. Trying to think what I want to do right now. I'm gonna tap and not use Young Kyrie. I will activate Jack and... Oh, actually, I probably should activate... I will activate Jack and Sally because of the debuff it gives. And hopefully Zigbar can knock this out. Oh, yeah. Okay, great. So all his hits go off, and that's what you want. Sorry about that. That's what you guys want. You guys want your main damage dealer's buffs going off the most. To use that. The more hits it lands, the more points you get. If his hits don't land, you kind of waste points there, unfortunately. So you do want to go in there as best as possible and not utilize or make sure all your hits land on your MVP. So if you guys need to as well, having like a defense boost in there is very important if you need to survive a hit or even a second chance to survive the hits, hopefully, if you guys can't one-turn it. But again, with this setup, you guys should be able to one-turn the copter fleets fairly, I mean, not easy, but, you know, hopefully easy enough to survive the hits. Like that, for instance. See, that was a problem. And now I have my Leon there, which I will activate Leon because he is guilted just to make sure I can finish it off. There we go. Alright, so as always too, right now my SP gauge is not the greatest in the world at the moment, unfortunately. This will be with 4, which isn't too good. This means I cannot activate Sebastian my next go around unless I go get some more SP. So SP gauge is going to be crucial to manage in this one. Alright, so there took care of that one, which is great. That's why having a good friend medal is important. Alright, so now we're at a point where I don't think I need to utilize Jack and Sally or Alice. So hopefully that'll help me with the gauge. Even a little bit, because we're running out of gauge pretty bad. Yeah, that works out. Cool. So that's pretty good, knowing that we can just do that. Just all you need for Sigbar is just the attack times 3, and then of course the attack boost 3 max ensures the finishing hits there. So I have 4 now, which is not enough to activate Sebastian, nor I doubt enough to do anything else. So I am going to leave and go attack a few enemies to refill some gauge. So we'll go and take on the Minute Bomb real quick. So as you guys can see, like, I'm kind of sad that I don't have like APP or something like that on Alice, or not on Alice, but maybe on like Young Kyrie, for instance. An APP of some kind would have worked really well on her, based on what she was doing there. So that's something to consider for that one. That probably would have worked a little better with that. Started to hit. Okay. They're not giving much gauge back for these, are they? Nine. Okay, 9 should be okay. So 9's enough to go in there and deal with that one. I do have 2 more level 200s in there, so we need to consider that as well. Don't know yet. We'll find out. Alright, so there's that. Tap and tap and tap. So that's the hardest part of the event cleared, guys. That was it right there. Again, Zigbar B should knock out everything in one turn. And if you manage your gauge properly, if you guys go in there with enough attack price plus abilities on there, you should be able to replenish your gauge easy enough in order to finish a lot of these off. That's the hope anyway. That's the hope. So if you guys can finish them off with like Zigbar B in there, and then have enough gauge to refill your special attack gauge bar on top, you guys can be fine. You're gonna have no problems going through and finishing off the rest of this. Okay, so yeah, we're going over here and let's grab that chest real quick. We'll finish off this guy real fast, and Once again, Sebastian. Tap and tap and tap. And then Zigbar should finish off the wardrobe. At 4. Alright, they're only at level 400, level 50s. Okay, so... There we go. Defense boost, help me out there. Oh, I probably should have... Oh, well. Doesn't matter. So my score isn't going to be the highest in this one because I'm tapping these enemies as opposed to using any form of special on them just to save gauge for the other 2 level 200s over there. One of them, again, being that cannon, which I'm kind of scared of, and the other being the... not the hammer, what is it? The morning... No, is that Morning Star? I don't know what it is. But the main thing on this one, guys, is you guys can do this pretty easily without and still get a higher score. Because, I mean, I'm only going to have a score of, like, I don't know, maybe 11 million, possibly. But I think it's more incapable of being higher than that. Alright, normally I would be ready to get rid of that one, but I'm not too worried about it. So... There you go. Okay, cool. And I have just enough gauge to go here and manage this out. So, normally I would have been trying to utilize other specials on the other enemies too. Maybe not Zigbar B, but maybe like, I don't know, Jack and Sally or something like that against the enemies to do more damage. Or maybe even the your ally medal. You might want to like focus on utilizing your shared medal if it's like a 1 cost or something to help you out. Going through that, just to get more points out of that. Because again, the more damage you deal on a single hit, the more score you're going to get. So again, I was losing score by going through and just tapping those other guys, but I needed to conserve gauge for these final ones right here. Okay, so 11.1 million. So I'm probably going to get like 11.2, maybe, if I'm lucky, million on these guys. Let's find out. Here we are. So I'm going to hit the opposite element, so tapping that one, yeah, tapping that one. Tap that one, tap that one, tap that one, and then let's Leon go through and do as much as possible. Yeah, so 11.2 million. So we got through 11.2 million with only a 21% booster in the setup for the free-to-play setup. So that's not too bad. It's not too bad at all. That would... Let's see what that would net you guys out. Okay, so there's that. Alright, so for rewards for 11.2, that would have got you guys up to here. So you guys would have gotten the Chippendales there, a Magic Mirror, and a Huey Dewey. I mean, and honestly enough, guys, if you guys walk in there with the Attack Price Plus on that setup in some form or fashion, 1 or 2 maybe, if you guys needed to, just to refill the gauge so you guys could use another medal more effectively to get hit harder and deal those more damage points. Honestly enough, I'm pretty sure you guys could probably reach 12 million with that 21% setup. So if you guys only have a 21% booster as a shared medal there for a free-to-play setup, with the right skills in place, again, the Attack Price Plus and such, I think you guys could reach 12 million by utilizing that skill and going through and doing it a little easier. I think it's fully possible to reach 12 million. So I'm going to assume that free-to-play setup there can reach the 12 million point, in which case you would get the 5 Magic Mirrors as well. So that's not too bad. A 12 million free-to-play setup I think is actually pretty good. Could be better, obviously, but that wasn't too bad. So there was that one. What am I... you know what? Yeah, okay. 6470? Yeah, why not? I will utilize the gauge replenishment here just to refill it for you guys for the sake of the video. Again, I don't recommend doing that. I set it for the video so we can get through it real fast. The next setup I'm going to utilize for you guys is more of a casual to play setup, I would say, which is going to be right here. This is going to assume that you were able, you did indeed buy the Beauty and the Beast one. I'm doing it this way, even though I know there is a setup. There's all kinds of setups right now for this one that has all 4 slots being Beauty and the Beast, and then Zigbar B being the MVP of it all. And that would net you more score. Totally would net you more score. Without the shadow of a doubt, it would net you more score. However, I do not have. Well, I figured I want something a little different. See how this one works out. This is also a setup too, and there's also a point of fact that a bunch of people are gonna have that setup running too as well. So if you guys want to do that, you guys can do that too. But having all 4 beating the beast there plus the other one plus the 21% booster is gonna give quite a few people that 76%. No, 77. I think it's like 77 or something like that. That would give you a 77%, and it would indeed get you guys to 17 million. Again, I've seen about 15 plus sets run through entirely, full complete, and it did get them that 17 million score. It varied between 17 million and 17.2 million. Seemed to be the variation between running all 4 slots being the illustrated Bell and Beast medal, and then the one MVP. In this case, for me, it'll be Zigbar B again, but it could have been anything else. It could have been like a Mog setup, for instance, Mughal Glory setup, where they had HD Ursula or something like that as the MVP there. It depends on what medals you have. But again, I'm trying to be a little more free-to-play friendly, and since so many free-to-play players have Zigbar B, this is what I'm gonna run with in this one for you guys. It's gonna net me a score of 55%. I am gonna look around though and see if anything here has a APP on it that's a boosting medal as well. What's in this one? Attack with 3+++. Yeah, so it looks not. Because we're going to run into the same issue in this setup as we did the last setup, where the gauge management will be difficult. But hopefully this setup will be a little better off, because this time we're not going to have to waste 2 more gauge utilizing Alice or our Dispel medal. Since the strongest thing about the Illustrated Bell and Beast medal is it does have a built-in Dispel inside of it. So hopefully that'll help out. But we'll find out. Oh, I didn't show you guys what I had there. It did die. It's gonna be Bell right here. It has SP Attack Gauge 1 on it. I put in the Neo Shadows with a Defense Boost 2 on it. Probably should have put an APP on it, but this is what I already had on him, so Defense Boost 2. Jack and Sally again for the debuff and the buff for myself. The Mysterious Figure is only there just for the percent boostage. Zigbar B, of course, being my main damage dealer, and then of course, the shared medal. I don't plan on using the shared medal too much. He, again, is pretty much just there for percent. Okay, so tap. And tap. Okay. Alright, and again, sorry for the lag there, guys. Apologize. Unfortunately, again, my setup not quite good enough for that just yet. Alright, so Illustrated Bell and Beast right here. So there we go. So that right there already just took away the buffs I had on it, and plus it gave me my times 3 strength enhancer, which is great. So we're going to tap here, and we are going to utilize Jack and Sally just for the attribute buff and the debuff on the enemy, and Zigbar B should be able to take care of this. Close, but Leon will finish it off. There we go. Alright, so that actually worked pretty well. It did save me a single gauge, which isn't the greatest in the world, but you know, hopefully it's enough to carry me through. Alright, so tapping here, and Alright. Didn't get a chest yet. I'm pretty sure this one can handle it. Just fine on its own. And again, I also ran the free-to-play setup and this setup without using my Nova. Because my Nova is 744, which is more than a lot of people have. So it didn't make much sense to me to utilize that when a lot of players weren't able to do the same thing. So that's why I'm not using that. And so far, that's been working. So far, going through and not using Nova, these setups, I mean, these setups are Nova free. That's pretty much why I made it the way I made it. To be as Nova free as possible, to help as more people as possible, because, again, my Nova is not something that everybody has. So hopefully that's still also working out and doing well for you guys and being helpful for you guys. So I was going through too. Again, since I have the dispel in there, and as I proved in the other one, you don't even need a dispel on these ones either. It's just helpful. So Bell and Beast takes care of that. So all we need is just that guy going off, and then your MVP going off, and it's knocking out all of the fleets. And I'm doing very well in SP management as well. I haven't had to go back in the other room and refill yet. So I should have more gauge in the other room to play around with, and hopefully get a higher score in the other room. We're probably utilizing Leon, honestly. There we go. So there's that setup. Wasn't too bad. It's pretty good. Back into the main room now. So now that we're back here, we can go through and take on these main sets. Yeah, okay. Sorry, guys, my cat. Whoa. Whoa. Okay, I mean, I guess I just tapped at these guys. Hi, cat. How's it going? Yep. Yep. Like, I wonder if I should even just... How about just swiping these guys? Well, you know what? I'm going to use Bell and Beast here since he'll knock him out in one go. That's more score there. More score there too. Alright, tap and... I almost wonder if I should swipe against these guys just to cause less damage. Oh well. I think I will just swipe here. Ooh, that's a lot. Okay, just to cause less damage. So this guy gets more hits in. I'm not sure that was a good idea or not. We're already higher than the other run, obviously, because we're running in there with more percent boost. Don't know. Do not know, but we will go ahead and activate Bell and Beast here. And then we will tap, tap, and tap, and activate Zigbar. Which gets more than us, puts it at 12. Gonna get these last chests real quick. Boom, boom, boom. Alright, 17. And there's still one more chest in there to grab as well for SP if I need it, which I'm not going to need it in this case. Alright, so there's Bell and Beast again. Took away the cannon guns buffs. And Zigbar B will knock it out. Like so, pretty good. Alright, so again, Bell and Beast right here. And then tap, tap, and then Ziggy. There we go. So this isn't quite a 15 million run, but it can be, I think. Again, with the right tweaks in there, I think it'd be a 15% run. If you guys had, for instance, a good AoE medal in that second slot to hit with and such, it probably could have done a lot better. Just for getting the most points possible and doing the most damage possible there in order to boost your score up a little bit. Because again, it is the most important thing on there is going to be the score, or how much one hit deals per hit. So the fewer hits that are stronger, the better you're going to be on those ones. Unfortunately, the medal I wanted to utilize was at the very end, so my other medals kind of knocked him out before I could do that. And I'm not sure, like I said, if swiping those other mobs would have been useful to get more score. In other words, to let the illustrated Leon at the end there take out the last of the mobs there on the lower end ones, just to knock him out with his stronger hits. It's possible, but it's something you guys can tinker around with. But that's a 14.3 million score on that one, which isn't too bad. Again, I'm pretty sure that one can be tinkered with enough to do like a 15 million. And 15 million would do enough for you guys to get those... Omega, I'll go down in a second. And I think 15 million would be enough for you guys to go through and deal with the final ones there. To get the second ranking scores here. So yeah, 15 million would get you the last 7 mirrors and then the Huey, Dewey, and Louie's. Unfortunately, not the 17 million one for the Beast there, but it's possible to do so. And again, if you guys have more boosters, again, that was only assuming you guys pulled twice and you guys had the, you guys bought the VIP for Illustrated Belle and Beast. If you guys didn't do those things, if you guys did more than that, then you guys can add in those boosters yourselves. Or if you guys had other medals utilize in there, that probably would have been better off, and you guys probably would have got more of a score out of that one. So that's I try to do like a baseline C to play, casual to play, set up there, C to play, set up there for everyone. The final part then here, I am going to do real quick, CIM, because right now I am ranked at 22nd. I don't see anybody I know, I don't think, around me. Nope. So right now I'm ranked at 22nd, but I did want to try one different setup here for myself. This is just for me. This is a total pay-to-play setup as well, too, so keep that in mind. I hope you guys don't mind watching it. But here is my, no, I ran it with my Olympia, I believe. Yes, my Olympia right here. So here's my Olympia. This is what I'm going to run right now. I'm going to have a Attack Price Plus enabled Belle and Beast right here. He's just there for percentage. I'm going to be activating this one. It's on a reverse power slot. It's not a upright power slot, so it's not getting quite the best benefit out of it. But I did get a fresh gilt. I got a great gilt at 140%. So hopefully that'll help out as well with more damage. And then my illustrated Leon here with his defense boost 2. This illustrated Leon that is gilted at 133% with attack boost 3 plus attack price plus. And of course my Xenor and Vanitas there at the end. And I'll be going in there with Zell's Leon, Zell's illustrated Leon as well as also fully maxed out. So let's see what this will do for us. I'm hoping it'll do something for us. That'd be nice. So it was a 112% bonus going into this one. Which is great. I had 108% last time. This is just a 4% increase because I'm using the other Belle and Beast. That's one skilted, and it does have SP gauge 1 on it too. That was good. So now we can tap here, and there we go. 96.2. Okay, it's pretty good. Alright, so let's see. This is where I had problems last time. I have to use my Nova on one of them, but I prefer to use my Nova on the other one because it has magic, and I have nothing strong against magic on this setup. Except for the Xehanort, and Xehanort will not carry me, unfortunately. So I will activate this one just to give my other Leon the boost. Alright, so it won't be enough for anybody by any means to knock that out, but he didn't proc either. Okay, so hopefully my defense boost will carry me through here. So close. Come on, DB3. Okay, DBT only popped once. That's fine. That's the idea for that setup, though, and I'm going to go through and play that again. I'm probably going to get a slightly higher score off of that one. It'll be fine. We'll see how it pans out. It'll work. I just need that defense boost to proc, but it'll proc eventually. No big deal. But that's the setup, guys. In a way, I'm kind of glad to end a little earlier to save the length of the video. I hope the two setups there that I put in the play, though, for free-to-play and for casual-to-play players will be helpful, or at least a starting point for a lot of you. I mean, again, I hope it is. Now, granted, like I said, most players are going to be running around with that 4 illustrated Bell and Beast setups, and then your 1 MVP medal there, and then your shared medal, which will probably be a 21% booster of some kind. And that seems to be like I guess gonna be like the most common thing to see, which is fine. I understand that. That's great. But the main thing I want to advocate, if you guys do decide to run that 4 illustrated Bell and Beast setup with your MVP medal, is that you're wasting essentially 40 SIDS. To run that setup, you guys need to have 40 SIDS loose and put them on each of those illustrated Bell and Beast. And then if you ever fuse that Bell and Beast, you're going to lose 30 of those SIDS. You're going to lose 3 of those SIDS when you combine them. So that's kind of why I made the other stuff the way I did. And so that players didn't have to waste those SIDS that way. If you guys were going to put SIDS on anything, like if you guys were going to put SIDS on like the Neo Shadow, or in particular, a lot of people seem to be wanting to utilize, which is, I understand, wanting to utilize that Black Coat Riku B. Putting SIDS on him isn't going to be a bad thing because you're going to use it in the future. Even the Mysterious Figure and the Neo Shadows, there's a possibility you guys will use those medals in the future, and so putting the SIDS on those medals isn't quite as like resource wasteful exactly as it would be putting it on 4 of those illustrated Bell and Beast medals. Now, I could be entirely mistaken. You guys could have plans for each one of those Bell and Beast medals. I'm sorry, just kind of get me tongue-tied there. You guys could put, like, APP on 1, put SP Attack 2 on 1, put Poison Plus on 1, put Defense Boost 2 or 3 on 1. You guys put Second Chance on 1. But no cost on 1. You guys could have plans for those illustrated Bell and Beast medals. In which case, having 4 of them loose and putting essentially 40 SIDS on each of them wouldn't really be a bad thing for you guys if you guys plan on doing it that way. But I know that a lot of players don't plan on doing it that way. A lot of them will probably want to focus on like either guilting their Bell and Beast medals, or maybe getting some other dots filled up to get it closer to guilt and get that higher attack multiplier out of it. And again, in which case you would waste those SIDS. So again, you guys know what you're doing. You guys know your sets better. You guys know your plans better. But that's why I made that casual to play setup the way I did, is so that you guys wouldn't be hopefully wasting so many SIDS on a medal you guys are going to end up fusing together in the future anyway. That was my thought process in there. But other than that, guys, I hope these setups helped you guys out. I hope showing you what I did there is going to be beneficial to some people. You guys still have 3 days left in this high score event, so hopefully me putting this video now gives players enough time to try out these setups and then to tweak them in any way you guys may need to in order to give you guys the best score possible for the event. Yeah, that was it. So, as always, guys, thank you for watching. Best of luck on the high score challenge. I hope the video helped you guys out in getting a higher score. You guys take care. Have a great one.